last
Unacceptable!
and not least, NVIDIA's AI tools use loads of scrapped internet video. Is this surprising? It's not to me. Oh, singed the nose hairs there.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
Jesus Christ. A new report indicates NVIDIA extracts whatever data it can from popular websites and platforms to train its AI products. The company says its practices are legal. Okay. Cake. Ooh, don't sniff it. You guys are going ham right now, aren't you? The company says its practices are legal. That doesn't mean that your practices are ethical. Does it? So, leaked documents obtained by 404 Media reveal NVIDIA was allegedly scraping videos across the internet like movie and game footage for its AI products. As a result, clients using these products and tools are at risk of unintentional copyright infringement. Look, man, I've said this the whole time. AI tools being used for development of entertainment and video games, especially because that's what we're interested here, it's inevitable that it's used. Shout out to Nintendo, because recently they said, look, we're not going to be doing that stuff. You know, we're going to stick to what we're good at. We're going to use people to make our games. We're going to keep the soul in it, you know. Shout out to Nintendo for that. But we already know that we've had a lot of major corporations using AI. And for me, it's never been an issue of it not being used. It's been an issue of it being used ethically, right? If developers are going to use AI, you still have to have a large table and data set of uniquely created assets for your project in the first place. Then if you want to use AI to build off of those unique assets that you have for that project in particular, by all means. Fantastic, go for it. But we know that most of these companies aren't doing it like that. They're doing it very unethically. They're going out and they're doing exactly what we're finding out right here in this report about NVIDIA, that they're just going out and, you know, getting a bunch of unauthorized content. They're plagiarizing content off the internet. They don't have authorization for it. They don't have the rights for it. So then it gets used. The original creators of any of that content are not being compensated as they should be, right? And then it potentially ends up in the stuff that we utilize and play or creators are creating. And it is not a good look, man, at all. I'm Wario'd right now. I don't know how close I was there. So, I've said that this whole time. I'll stick with it. If AI is going to be used, it needs to be done ethically. And most of these companies aren't doing it, especially the big ones. Microsoft, NVIDIA, those companies. We know they're not. Like other AI tool makers, NVIDIA needs training data for its text, video, and audio generators to learn how to create assets. Data scrapping generally refers to the practice of feeding existing video, text, and audio into training models without securing the permission of the people who made it. The technique means YouTube and Netflix and the companies with media on those platforms have copyrighted material taken without consent. Unethical. Regulators in the US and EU are still determining if data scrapping practices violate copyright rules. Absolutely it should. 404 Media's report underscores how much tech companies play loose with copyright law when it comes to generative AI, and how other industries like entertainment and games can be affected by these choices. Employees at the company expressed concerns about this behavior and messages reviewed by the outlet. Despite these concerns, NVIDIA told 404 Media its scrapping directives are in full compliance with letter and spirit of copyright law. Fair use protects the ability to use a work for a transformative purpose, such as model training. Game developers and their parent companies are copyright holders, and YouTube is an important platform for the industry. Having their work taken without a say in the matter creates a massive violation of trust with a company who often uses games from big studios to sell its services and products. NVIDIA AI engineers wanted gameplay video to improve their training data. An employee speaking to the outlet claims that they and others were told to grab full-length videos that could help train the tech company's AI model, and the game footage in particular was highly coveted by engineers. Acquiring said footage for data sets involved collaborating with NVIDIA's GeForce Now Cloud service. In one Slack conversation, senior research analyst Jim Fan noted the service's streaming capabilities for capture and storing video. All of those high quality gameplay videos, he said, is very useful data to pull from. We'll work very closely with GeForce Now and related engineering teams to set up live game data capture, scale up the pipeline, and process them for training, he explained. However, employees raising concerns were also allegedly told by project managers that scraping was an executive decision to not worry about. The open legal issues, such as breaking YouTube's terms of service, would apparently be resolved in the future. And now I'm corny. In 404's story, quotes from the internal documents and Slack channels from several AI researchers showed NVIDIA's active effort to avoid bad press. Its research VP Ming-Yu Liu stressed there couldn't be, quote, negative sentiment if the company didn't publish any research about its downloaded data. Jesus Christ. What we are doing here will lead to zero publications, wrote Liu. He and other staff also constructed their own YouTube data scrapers and an API account to help with the process. Until regulators define what does and does not violate copyright in the world of generative AI, NVIDIA and other companies are likely to operate in a legal gray zone. Yep, there's a loophole in it. As MIT's Robert Mahari told 404, proving data scraping can be really hard technically. The best company policy in terms of incentives is to not tell people what you've trained on, he said. So as long as you don't tell anybody, it's going to be really hard to prove it. 404 Media's full extensive report on NVIDIA's data scraping can be read at this link. It's really unfortunate. What this tells you is that NVIDIA doesn't care about the licensing. They don't care about people that own the content. They don't care about any of that. This is the kind of company NVIDIA is, right? And they obviously, this is exposing some of their internal discussions about if we don't talk about it, nobody will know. We can't get in trouble if we don't document it, things like that, right? They know what they're doing. NVIDIA knows what they're doing, right? It's super unethical. They don't care though. Why? Because what this is doing is making them money right now. And it's unfortunate. We knew they were doing it. It's not like we didn't know they were doing it. We knew they were doing it. We know all these other companies are doing it. And like I've said time and time again, it's our responsibility to call them out when they do it, hold them accountable for it. It's unfortunate. So many great artists out there, content creators, things like that, whatever the case may be, you know, that are getting ripped off by AI. Shouldn't be like that. Definitely should not be able to do that kind of thing, and something needs to be done about it. But the chances of that happening, I don't feel like are very high. We just have to keep doing our part, man, I think, in raising awareness about it. It's unfortunate. Shame on NVIDIA. That's gross, dude. Real gross.